Welcome back to Peak Performance. I have with us Brian Fetzer, the president of Iron Faith Nutrition. We just spoke about how important nutrition and mental toughness is to peak performance of athletes and people not only on the field, but people in their homes. And Brian, can you please introduce us to Iron Faith Nutrition and tell us a little bit of the background story of how Iron Faith Nutrition came to be?
Yeah, so Iron Faith Nutrition came about with myself and my partner, Eric Figio, who co-founded the company. His family went many, many years back in the nutrition industry. And back in 2016, we decided to be crazy and jump in and start a nutrition company. We bought one company, Good Seed Nutrition, and rebranded it and reformed it and tried to better the products. And that's how Iron Faith Nutrition came about.
So who would you say is your current target market for Iron Faith Nutrition? Is this something that athletes should be using? Should it be, people that are young and active, or is this more so for the aging population?
Well, it's a little bit of everything. We offer different products, various products that kind of hit different lifestyles. So, a main demographic of our company is an older individual. And I say older, being myself, being in my 50s. I would fall into that category. But at the same time, we have a number of athletes that take our product because we try to make sure that our products, not only are non-GMO and organic in nature, but we're also trying to get a wide variety and really help you become a better you as an individual from a standpoint of creating a more healthy lifestyle overall.
So would you mind introducing us to a couple of your products? I know that the Curcumizyme is one of your leading products, and then you also have a product called the SE Herbal Tea.
Yeah, it's our Curcumizyme is by far our biggest product. It is a product that helps with joint pain. People use it for arthritis. It definitely supports inflammation. It's one of those things that it's taking natural ingredients, bromelain, turmeric, quercetin, boron, and putting them in a formula with a proprietary blend to help with the absorption, to help you with inflammation. Everybody has inflammation now. It's one of the research shows it's one of the leading causes of of disease and injuries that are out there. So it's trying to find a natural product that comes up that you can take, 3 to 4 times a day and help with inflammation.
So walk us through the Curcumizyme because I'm interested. Is it a pill? Is it something that you mix into your water? What exactly is Curcumizyme?
Well, currently it's in a capsule form. It's a veggie cap, so it's non-dairy. For somebody that's a vegetarian, they don't have to worry about it. If somebody's lactose intolerant, they can also take that and not have any issues with it. It's Informed Sport certified, which is third-party tested. You say Informed Sport, you might think, well, that's just for athletes, but no, really, firemen, anybody that gets drug tested, police, military, by taking it, since it has an Informed Sport, certification on it, that it's clean. What's in the product, what's said about their product is all, good for you, essentially. You're not going to test for a banned substance, or you're not taking something that really isn't there. And really, with the nutraceutical world, man, there's a lot of products out there that you can buy off the shelf, and you really have no idea what's in it because it's not certified. It's not third party tested.
So this is something that D1 athletes can take with a bit of confidence to make sure that
Oh,
they're going to be able to be on the field and have no issues.
we have a large number of individuals that play professional baseball, professional basketball, professional football, major colleges that take the product right now. And that's been that way for quite a long time, several years now. And we've seen great results. It's staggering to hear, when you take it properly. And the one thing about it is you take it on an empty stomach, and the way that the enzymes, are, beneficial to you from a basically an empty stomach state, you're going to get the best results. So you take it 3, 4 times a day, empty stomach, 3 capsules, And the one thing that you got to really realize though, when you're taking natural products, is more is going to be needed, as opposed to you're popping one pill that, is some pharmaceutical company, that that potentially could work. But really what it's doing, it's masking the issue as opposed to helping solve the problem.
So tell me more about the SE herbal tea. What would the SE herbal tea? When would I integrate that into my lifestyle?
Well, I mean, it's a great detox. And if you know what I mean by detox, it helps flush out unwanted toxins in your body. And it's a makeup of 8 different herbs and 72 chelated minerals. They're all organic. And it comes from an ancient formula, from the Wabi tribe up in Canada. That's the original basis of it. And it's been used for a long time to help with various issues that individuals have. So, it helps, clear toxins from the lymphatic system. And I mean, I take it every day personally. I take a shot of it every day. Now, I'd be the first one to admit it would not be something that you would want to sit and sip around with friends. It's going to have a little earthy taste to it, but that comes from the boiling of the herbs to get them in the proper form.
So you mentioned that these two products are both anti-inflammatory and detoxifying, two things that anyone that's in the athletic space, but that's in the aging space, we're all aging, so we would be interested in adding these two. One thing that jumped out to me is in my line of work, I'm big with the caregiver population, and most people don't think about this, but your caregivers are people that function, in my opinion, as the truest, the ultimate endurance athlete. So these product lines can definitely add value to a lot of different people that are living high stress lifestyles, but are required to perform and stave off inflammation and detoxify. So what are some? Oh,
Without question. I mean, I think about traveling. You're an individual that traveling, you're going to accumulate the inflammation. A lot of the inflammation that we get in our body is based on the foods that we ingest. And since, this country in America is such a high processed food eating
mm,
country, you're going to build up some inflammation. And a lot of you might not even know, that you have inflammation, or certain foods cause inflammation. I know my wife just did a test recently by Feel Good Company, and to kind of look at and see, what foods cause inflammation in her body. It's something that we all should really know. So, I mean, if you get an opportunity to go get tested, for what foods might cause inflammation in your body, you should do that. Absolutely. Because it's going to affect everybody a little bit different. There's certain foods that, that definitely cause a little more inflammation than others. Your seed oils, your alcohol. If you consume a decent amount of alcohol, you're going to get some inflammation from that. Processed foods are extremely high in the inflammation index. So
do you have do you have any testing or anyone that you're currently partnered with Iron Faith Nutrition that you recommend, or is that something that people should go out on their own and get tested
we don't
for?
we don't have anybody that we specifically do. Like I said, Feel Good, they're a company that I've used, that's a great company, but there's a lot of different tests out there for inflammation that you can do some research. And I say, not just for inflammation tests, but I think for everything, you got to do your own research. That I am a huge proponent of it. And I think that's something that people have really learned over the last couple of years, that, you can't just take what people tell you. You have to do a little bit of research and know where you're researching. If you're just looking at, the standard media practices that say, hey, you need to do this, you might want to look a little bit more into it, because not just because somebody tells you something doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
Oh yeah, those details are very important. So that being said, is there anybody that should make sure before they take these products that they are aware of any potential side effects, or from your knowledge, is there anything in terms of worry that
We haven't had anybody have any necessarily issues taking them because they're natural. But again, if you have an intolerance for, some of the herbs or some of the roots, definitely look up, ask your medical provider, if they have any, issues with you taking any of them. But I mean, they all come from God's creation and they're all natural. We don't add anything to it that is not natural. Um, so, you know, if it comes from the ground, that's usually a pretty good thing.
So how do I get my hands on curcumizyme and the SA herbal tea? Is this something that I have to go to the website? Is this something that you have in stores? Are you partnered with distributors, or how can we get our hands on this?
Well, ironfaithnutrition.com is the easiest way. We also sell curcumizyme on Amazon. We sell it through Public Square. There's several of them. We have them in some stores, various stores throughout the country. Most of those stores are in the Southeast and the East Coast. But best way, just go online or give us a call, and we can help you out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for introducing us to Iron Faith Nutrition. We are going to take a short break and we are going to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back to dive into the importance of mental toughness to athletic and peak performance.